The roar has returned to the Russian skies, rising from the shadowed confines of a secret hangar in Kazan. From the gloom, a massive variable sweep wing slowly takes shape. The Tupolev Tu-22M3M, the newest incarnation of a Cold War titan. Many assumed this behemoth had been consigned to history, yet now its engines are being fired anew. Every system upgraded, analog guts replaced with modern digital brains, and an emblem of long-range threat reborn. This is not a cosmetic refresh. It is the revival of a strategic bomber able to carry hypersonic weapons, slip through the most advanced air defenses, and strike targets thousands of kilometers away with little warning. The pressing question? Is the world prepared for the comeback of a bomber for which NATO has no true counterpart? Inside the restricted halls of the Tupolev plant in Kazan, a handful of technicians move with near-religious focus. Their task goes beyond repair. They are reconstructing a strategic platform that could tilt the balance of air power. The Tupolev Tu-22M3M's airframe is being gutted, its wiring, sensors, avionics, and radar suites completely overhauled. At the heart of the upgrade sits the Kh-32 engine lineage, descended from the power plant that once drove supersonic strategic designs. The 260M2 family already demonstrated gains in thrust and efficiency. The modernized Tu-22 variant promises higher performance and cruise speeds that challenge even the sound barrier. Flight simulations displayed in control labs show ranges up to 7,000 kilometers without refueling, enough to reach across Europe on a single sortie. Is this merely engineering, or a deliberate Russian effort to field a bomber fleet with the reach to strike NATO within hours? Step into the revamped cockpit and the old world vanishes. Gone are jittering analog gauges and dusty CRTs. In their place sit fully digital displays and integrated mission systems. New navigation radars, tactical communications, infrared sensors, and electronic warfare suites are woven into a computing network that enables target acquisition without outside guidance. This combat architecture lets crews operate from high altitude and launch standoff strikes with Kh-32 missiles boasting ranges in the order of 1,000 kilometers. These missiles can streak from above an enemy's radar footprint, plunge toward their targets, and disappear before air defenses can respond. The Kh-32 itself is no ordinary cruise munition. It cruises at extreme speeds, descends from stratospheric heights, and can threaten large warships, airfields, and radar arrays. With Kh-32 integration, the Tupolev Tu-22M3M evolves from bomber into multi-domain strike platform. Speed, precision, and catastrophic firepower fused into one airframe. Western analysts are unnerved by the implications. If a single Tu-22M3M can carry multiple Kh-32s, what does that mean for theaters like the Black Sea, the Baltic, or even for targets across Britain? This overhaul is not a lone project. It fits into Russia's post-2024 air doctrine, emphasizing long-range strike flexibility and preemptive destruction before an adversary can react. The Tu-22M3M is being positioned to operate in tandem with the Tu-95MS and the Tu-160M2, forming a lethal triangle of range, payload, and supersonic capability. In a conflict environment where hypersonic systems such as Kinzhal and Zircon are taking center stage, the Tu-22M3M presents an ideal launch platform, capable of delivering such weapons from standoff distances, a Kremlin's long arm stretching over distant battlefields. Picture a squadron of Tu-22M3Ms lifting off from an airbase, flying low to slip past Eastern European radar, and then unleashing synchronized strikes on NATO runways in Poland and airbases in Germany. The old confidence in layered Western air defenses is being put to the test. In Ukraine, Western intelligence has already documented modified Tu-22 variants employed to launch guided cruise missiles and carry out strikes on military and infrastructure targets. The previous Tu-22 versions have been credited with destroying fuel depots and industrial sites in central Ukraine. Now imagine a Tu-22M3M carrying long-range precision weapons with explosive yields approaching 1,700 kilograms. Even with modern air defenses such as Patriot and Iris-T technology deployed, can those systems reliably intercept threats arriving from 800 kilometers out at supersonic velocities? Reports from the battlefield show an increasing blend of cruise missiles and bomber launches from theaters like the Caspian and the Black Sea. Observers are left to wonder whether Russia is using combat operations as a live testing ground for its upgraded designs before a wider deployment. In capitals from Brussels to Washington and Berlin, the Tu-22M3M has ceased to be an obscure intelligence footnote and has become a strategic worry. War games run by NATO simulations for 2025 included the presence of upgraded Tu-22s, suggesting such platforms could alter air superiority calculations in under 72 hours, particularly when employed alongside hypersonic strikes. Some analysts frame this program as a direct counterswing to Western assets such as the F-35 and other single-role strike aircraft now operating in Europe. They warn that if Russia manages production and activation at scale, dozens of operational Tu-22M3Ms, the established Eastern air defense posture could be overwhelmed. The silhouette of this aircraft on radar has become more than a measure of destructive capability. It is a political statement. Russia appears intent not to wait, marrying legacy hardware with cutting-edge weapons and electronics to project power at long distance. Meanwhile, the global conversation remains absorbed by drones, AI, and cyber warfare. Yet Moscow's renewed emphasis on strategic, airborne deterrence signals a return to a doctrine grounded in physical, psychological, and existential force. Strategic bomber units across Russia stand on constant alert. The moment of takeoff and the trajectory of any given missile remain unknowable. Will these forces be used strictly to deter NATO, or would they be employed offensively if Moscow deems its red lines crossed? The harsh reality is clear. With the Tu-22M3M back in service, the world once again casts its gaze upward, aware that a storm of missiles could descend from the skies with little notice. The most chilling query today is no longer simply how powerful this platform is. It is when and where this modern monster will first be unleashed.